Now that I'm older, I approach the whole, so why did you and your ex break up conversation. I approach that completely different. I truly believe like attracts like at the end of the day. So if I spent a substantial amount of time with someone and I consider them like my family or a friend, I'm not about to be talking about them crazy because I think that's super corny. Because how could I spend all of this time with you and then even if we're not in connection with each other anymore, like just talk about you like a dog. So when addressing that question, I essentially tell them like it was me. They were perfect. Not perfect in a sense where they couldn't do anything wrong, but they were perfect in whoever they thought that they needed to be or who they thought they were. And it wasn't necessarily in alignment with me. So I had to leave. No harm, no foul. You don't have to when you are addressing conversations about people from your past, you don't have to be nasty, especially if you happy with yourself. So I'm gonna say like, no, they were perfect. They did all of what they could do with what they had, and I did as well. So I don't go around bashing people, talking crazy about people and none of that because first of all, I'm not about to give the next dude the green light to see how far he can push. You know what I'm saying? As far as crossing my boundaries are concerned, I firmly say, though they were perfect people, I was willing to walk away from people who I considered family and who I considered friends because we were no longer in alignment. If that doesn't tell you that I'm standing on business, I don't know what will. Because I'm not playing about me. Like attracts like at the end of the day. If you felt like the nigga you was fucking with was corny, you felt like he was a bum, you felt that's because you were that too. Because you had enough time to sit down and lay up with this person. You had enough time to kiki and do all of the things, right? So let's stop and think about what we're doing before we do it, before we decide to go and trauma dump on these people who we know nothing about. And that's why people bring up the whole 90-day thing. It's not because you need to withhold sex for 90 days. It's because people will show you their consistencies or lack thereof, or if they're forthright over 90 days. And again, it does not mean that you have to give up yourself within 90 days, but it's just saying like, if you plan on, having some type of attraction to this person outside of physical and sexual, give it some fucking time. You'll stop catching a lot more bodies and you'll say like at the end of the trial period, like, okay, like I seen them within a little, at least a season. I can make a fair judgment on if I want to continue the situation with a person or not. But don't go out here talking about your ex is crazy.